Ever heard of a queen of the undead who, get this,
Yeah.
started out as a healer? Sounds unbelievable, right?
Yeah, real head scratcher.
Well, that's Liliana Vess in a nutshell. And today we're diving deep into her story, trying to figure out what makes her tick.
Really peel back the layers.
Exactly. We've got excerpts from all sorts of magic sources, like her origin story, those big moments, even glimpses into her thoughts. Should be a wild ride.
Can be good.
So, what makes Liliana so captivating?
You know, it's not just about power with her, it's about the choices she makes, that constant dance between hero and villain. That's what makes her story so compelling.
Totally. So let's rewind all the way back to her early years, long before those infamous demonic pacts. We're talking Dominaria, where she was part of a healing order dedicated to easing suffering.
You'd think that puts someone on the straight and narrow, right? Path of pure good.
Right, but even back then she was always pushing for more knowledge, more control. Yeah, she was convinced necromancy, the magic of death, could actually make her healing even stronger. It's kind of like a paradox, isn't it? Pulled toward darkness while trying to heal.
Like that struggle was always there, simmering under the surface.
Exactly.
Then, bam, tragedy hits. Her brother, Yosu, gets sick. Can you imagine her desperation, trying everything to save him?
It's heartbreaking.
And instead of the usual healing, she goes for this forbidden potion brewed from, get this, the remains of the Isis tree. Talk about risky.
Oh, she knew it was dangerous, but her drive to save Yosu, it overpowers her caution.
And let's just say things go very, very wrong. The potion backfires, twists Yosu into something monstrous. That guilt, the horror of realizing she caused it,
Unimaginable.
it's the turning point. All that guilt, desperation, the raw magical energy, it ignites her planeswalker spark.
And for anyone new to magic, a planeswalker is essentially a powerful mage who can jump between different worlds, or as we call them, planes.
Like a cosmic fast travel, but only for the magic elite.
Precise.
And guess where Liliana Spark throws her? Innistrad. A plane practically drenched in death magic.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Literally. So Innistrad becomes her training ground. She dives headfirst into necromancy, learning from vampires and leeches, honing her skills. It's where she bumps into another heavy hitter, Soren Markov.
A vampire who, at this point, totally underestimates her ambition. Big mistake.
She's already making waves in this world of darkness. But it's not enough, is it? She wants more power, more control over her own fate.
The woman's got drive.
Eternal youth, that's the goal. And that's where those infamous demonic pacts come in.
You got it. She strikes deals with 4 demons. Kothafed, Grizzlebrand, Razaketh, and Belzenlock. Trades pieces of her soul for power in that prolonged youth.
Talk about a heavy price.
Makes you think, what does that say about her? Willing to make such a bargain.
Desperate, ambitious, ruthless maybe. And these pacts, they're not just some agreement, they're real, marked on her skin with these dark tattoos.
A constant reminder of the price she's paid.
But the pacts are just one part of the story. We got to talk about the Chain Veil.
Ah, the Chain Veil. This ancient artifact, all mysterious and shrouded in shadow. The power it holds.
But like everything else in Liliana's life, there's a catch, right?
Right. The veil, it originally belonged to the Oniki, an ancient civilization way over on the plane of Chandalar. It boosts your magical power, sure, but it feeds on your life force, corrupts you with every use.
Sounds risky.
It is. And it's this thirst for the veil that puts her on a collision course with Garruk Wildspeaker, another planeswalker.
Let's just say they didn't exactly exchange pleasantries.
Not quite. Their encounter ends badly. Liliana uses the chain veil to curse Garruk, twisting him into this monstrous, vengeful hunter. Sets the stage for a long, bitter rivalry.
It seems like every step forward for Liliana comes with a hefty price tag. Demonic pacts, cursed artifacts, enemies everywhere she turns.
The woman's got baggage.
So where does she end up next?
Next stop, Ravnica. This sprawling city plain teeming with magic and secrets. It's there she gets caught up with the Infinite Consortium.
Shady organization, right?
Oh yeah, they deal in all sorts of secrets and power plays. Right up Liliana's alley.
Sounds like it. So what's she doing with these guys?
She's using her brains and her charm, working the angles, always looking for an advantage. Master manipulator, that one. And on Ravnica, she crosses paths with Jace Beleren, a brilliant mind mage. He's going to become a major player in her story.
Things are about to get complicated, huh?
Oh yeah. Jace, a champion of order, and Liliana, who thrives in chaos. You can see where this is going.
A recipe for disaster.
Their relationship. Total roller coaster. Attraction, betrayal, manipulation. Liliana uses Jace to get what she wants, even betrays him to further her goals. It's a turning point for both of them, really reveals the depths of her ambition.
So we've got demonic pacts, a cursed veil, a broken heart, a trail of enemies, and you're saying this is just the start.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, I think we need a minute to process all this. From healer to necromancer, demonic pacts to a cursed artifact. Liliana's story is already wild.
And it's just getting started. Welcome back. Last we left off, Liliana was knee-deep in the infinite consortium schemes on Ravnica. Things with Jace were getting, well, complicated.
Yeah, she never stays put for long, does she? Always chasing something.
Always. And speaking of chasing, let's talk about her return to Innistrad. Remember that plane? All gothic horror, undead, Roman-free.
Oh yeah, she really honed her necromancy skills there.
Exactly. And there's a connection here. Innistrad, it's all about death magic, right? And Liliana, she's got those demonic pacts hanging over her. You think she's going back to, make a deal with the devil?
To get out of the other deals. Sounds like her style.
Not exactly, but it does involve a demon. Grizzlebrand, to be precise. One of the 4 she owes big time.
And where do we find this Grizzlebrand?
He's locked up tight in the Hell Vault.
The Hell Vault.
Yes, this massive magical prison built to hold Innistrad's worst the worst.
So they got a giant lockbox just for supernatural baddies.
Pretty much. Avacyn, the Archangel, she created it to keep things balanced, between humanity and all that darkness.
Makes sense.
But Liliana, focus on her own goals. She sees it as a roadblock.
An obstacle to her freedom.
Exactly. So she's going to break into this supernatural Alcatraz and spring a demon she's indebted to. Bold.
Bold and reckless.
That's Liliana. And she doesn't just brute force it. She manipulates things, sets up this whole scenario where Salia, this powerful Cathar who guards the Hell Vault, has to make a choice. Destroy the prison or sacrifice her own soldiers.
She's playing with people's lives like chess pieces.
She's always been ruthless. And she knows Thalia will choose to save her people, which means, unknowingly, unleashing Grizzlebrand on the world.
Unleashing chaos.
Oh, yeah. Total pandemonium, angel, demon, everyone's wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
But amidst the chaos, Liliana confronts Grizzlebrand, claims his power for herself.
So she frees him just to kill him and take his power. What does that kind of thing do to a person?
Well, remember the chain veil. It feeds on all that negative stuff. Every time she uses it, the curse gets worse, leaves its mark on her soul, body and soul. It's a constant reminder of the choices she's made, the path she's on.
And she's still got 3 more demonic pacts to deal with. Out of the frying pan, into the fire, as they say.
You could say that. And just when you think things can't get more tangled, we got to introduce another player, the Raven Man. He's been lurking in the shadows of Liliana's life, whispering in her ear, guiding her toward. I mean, that's the big question, isn't it?
This is getting creepy. We've got demons, necromancy, and now this shadowy figure pulling strings. Who is this guy?
That's the mystery. He pops up at these crucial moments, offers cryptic advice, sometimes warnings. He knows a lot about her, even her past, and seems to understand these forces she's messing with.
Like he's nudging her along a certain path. Is he good? Bad?
We don't know yet. He's an enigma. And his presence adds a whole other layer to this whole thing. But in the middle of all this, Liliana crosses paths with another group that's going to play a big part in her story, the Gatewatch.
The Gatewatch. Those multiverse-saving planeswalkers, they're like the superhero squad of the magic world. How does Liliana, our resident queen of darkness, end up with them?
At first, she's not interested. She's always been a lone wolf, doing her own thing.
Right.
But things happen, like she sees Jace putting another planeswalker's needs before hers. It starts to chip away at that icy exterior.
So even the Ice Queen's got a heart.
Maybe, but let's be real. She's a master manipulator. When she joins the Gatewatch, she's got an angle. She's going to use them to break free from those demonic pacts.
Using them as tools. Classic Liliana.
Exactly. So their adventures take them all over the place. First up, Kaladesh, this world of invention, all vibrant and powered by ether. It's there she butts heads with Gideon Jarrah.
Gideon, the paladin, all righteous and by the book. I can see the sparks flying already.
Big time. Gideon, he's the moral compass of the group. And Liliana, well, she's all about pragmatism, even if it means getting her hands dirty.
Oil and water, those two.
They clash a lot. Makes for some great drama. But eventually, their journey takes them to a Munket, a desert plain ruled by, get this, a dragon god named Nicol Bolas.
We've talked demons, but a dragon god, that's a whole new level.
A whole new level of trouble. And a Munket, it's steeped in death. Their whole society revolves around trials and sacrifice.
Sounds delightful.
And guess who's behind it all? Bolas himself.
He's the mastermind. Bolas is like the ultimate bad guy in the multiverse.
He is an ancient dragon with plans centuries in the making. And Liliana, she's caught right in the middle of it all. In fact, on a Munket, she discovers that Razaketh, another demon she owes, is tangled up in Bolas's schemes.
So she's got a demon to kill and a dragon god breathing down her neck. Just another day at the office for Liliana.
Pretty much. And it all boils over in this epic showdown. She manages to take down Razaketh, freeing herself from another pact. But the victory's short-lived.
Oh no, what happens?
The Gatewatch. Bolas wipes the floor with them, and Liliana's faced with a choice that's going to change everything.
Knowing Liliana, it's not going to be pretty. What does she do?
She does the unthinkable. She betrays the Gatewatch, aligns herself with Nicol Bolas to survive.
What? She throws her friends under the bus to save herself? After everything they've been through.
It's a move that has massive consequences, shatters the Gatewatch, leaves everyone reeling, and it sets the stage for the War of the Spark, a conflict that'll decide the fate of the multiverse.
Okay, time out. We've got a demon-slaying necromancer, a puppet master in the shadows, betrayed heroes, and a dragon god about to unleash chaos. How do we even process all of this? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Liliana teams up with Nicol Bolas. Talk about a plot twist.
It sends shockwaves through, well, everything. Bolas isn't your everyday villain, you know. He's an elder dragon, the scheming kind, with plans that go back thousands of years.
So, what's life like for Liliana working for this cosmic overlord? Is she just a pawn in his game?
She's basically forced into it. Leads Bolas's undead armies during the invasion of Ravnica. They call it the War of the Spark. It's a grim time, surrounded by death, carrying out the orders of a being she both fears and hates.
I bet. Any part of her regret that decision? Siding with Bolas over her friends?
There are hints of it, little things that show she's uncomfortable with her role. Like she follows Bolas's orders, sure, but she tries to minimize casualties whenever she can.
A tiny act of rebellion.
Maybe. A flicker of light in all that darkness.
Makes you wonder, is there still good in her? Can someone like Liliana be redeemed?
It's the big question, isn't it? The War of the Spark, it's a turning point for a lot of characters. Forces them to face their demons, literally and figuratively. And for Liliana, it leads to a moment of truth.
I'm on the edge of my seat here. What happens that changes everything?
Well, Liliana, she does something incredibly risky. She betrays Bolas, turns those undead armies right back on him.
Whoa, she went for it. But I knew there had to be a catch. Defying a being like Bolas, what's the price?
Those demonic pacts. Yeah, betraying Bolas triggers the final consequence. She starts aging rapidly, like she's on fast forward.
Talk about a double-edged sword. She's free from those pacts, but now she's dying.
It's a moment of truth, a chance at redemption. But it also means she's staring death in the face.
That's heavy. So who saves her?
Gideon Jura.
Gideon, the paladin, the one who always clashed with Liliana.
He's a complex guy, believes in second chances. And in a truly selfless act, he takes on the burden of her contract, her fate, lets her live while he fades away.
He sacrifices himself for her, the woman who betrayed him. What does that do to Liliana?
Leaves her with a ton of guilt, grief, alive but at a terrible cost. She's lost Gideon. She's still dealing with the fallout of her betrayal. People want her head on a platter.
So she's free from the demons, but carrying the weight of Gideon's sacrifice. What happens next?
She runs, flees Ravnica, ends up back on Dominaria, her childhood home. But the past, it always catches up to you. She's haunted by what she's done, hunted by those who want revenge. And then she comes face to face with someone claiming to be her, an imposter.
Someone's pretending to be Liliana. Why?
This imposter, they're powerful, using a djinn to cause chaos. So discord. It's like a twisted version of Liliana herself.
A dark mirror.
Exactly. And it forces her to confront who she is, the choices she's made. And in the middle of all this, she meets Ujin, the spirit dragon.
Wait, Ujin, the ancient dragon planeswalker, the one who's all about balance. He gets involved.
He's a wise one, sees the potential for both good and evil in everyone. And he believes Liliana can change.
Does she? Does she even want to?
Well, she does something pretty big. She gives up the chain veil.
No way. That artifact's been a part of her for so long. It's like she's shedding her old skin.
It's a major turning point. She even takes on a new name, Anna Yora. Fresh start, you know.
New name, new life. But can someone like Liliana really change? Or is it all an act?
Next up is Arcavios, a plane known for its magic university, Strixhaven. She becomes Professor Seraphina Onyx, looking for knowledge, a way to bring Gideon back.
Necromancer to professor. That's a switch. Think she's trying to make amends by teaching the next generation.
Could be. As Professor Onyx, she finds a new purpose. Guides and protects her students. Even fights against this group called the Oriq. They're bad news.
Sounds like she's finding a place, a community, maybe even redemption.
There are signs of it. She eventually takes back her real name, becomes Professor Liliana Vess, owning her past, committing to a new path.
So is this the new Liliana? Reformed villain turned teacher?
Would it be a Liliana story without a twist? Remember the Raven Man?
That creepy guy pulling the strings, of course. What's he done now?
Turns out he's Limdul, a powerful necromancer with his own agenda. He lures Liliana back to Dominaria where she's ambushed by Phyrexians.
The Phyrexians, they're like the ultimate evil, a threat to everything.
And they're coming. Liliana, she's got to put her newfound purpose to the test. She goes back to Arcavios to protect it.
So she's facing her demons, both kinds. Has she truly changed, or is the past going to catch up to her?
Well, here's the thing. She raises an army of zombies to defend Strixhaven. The necromancer protecting instead of destroying.
That's a powerful image. But it leaves us with so many questions. What happens to Liliana? Does she embrace this new path? What about the Phyrexians? Can she ever atone for what she's done?
And that's the beauty of her story. Power, ambition, love, loss, betrayal. It makes you question what good and evil even are. Can anyone truly escape their past?
It's been one heck of a journey exploring Liliana's life. From healer to necromancer, she's seen it all.
And her story isn't over yet. She's out there fighting her own battles, trying to shape the fate of the multiverse. Who knows what she'll do next?
Thanks for joining us as we dove deep into the story of Liliana Vess. It's a story that sticks with you, makes you think, and until next time, keep exploring the endless possibilities of the multiverse.